Scene 1. Outer space alien ship orbiting Earth. High above Earth, in the silent darkness of space, a large black ship floated. It was smooth, round, and looked like a giant eye. This was not a human ship. It belonged to the Zarxan Empire. A powerful alien race from a distant galaxy. Inside the ship stood a tall creature. His skin was gray and smooth. His eyes glowed blue. His name was Commander Threx. He looked at Earth through a large glass window. Such a simple planet. He whispered. So weak, so emotional. He pressed a button. Images of Earth appeared around him. Cities, forests, oceans, people. The computer read human actions. War, love, hate, fear, kindness. Threx laughed softly. How can they survive? With such chaos? A small robot floated beside him. Commander, shall we begin the report for the High Council? Yes, Threx said. Tell them Earth is not a threat. Humans are soft. They fight each other more than any enemy. He turned to a screen showing humans dancing at a festival. They value music and art, Threx said, not strength. They are not ready for war, the robot beeped. Should we prepare the invasion? Threx thought for a moment. No, first. I want to see more. Let's observe a little longer. Scene 2. Earth military base and forest. On Earth, far away from the alien ship, in a dense green forest, there was a secret military base. Inside the base, Captain Ion, a tough and quiet soldier, was training. New recruits. Faster, he shouted. You think the enemy will wait for you. Again. The soldiers ran, jumped, crawled under wires. Sweat dripped from their faces. But they did not stop. And watched them carefully. He had seen real war, lost friends, lost family. He believed in being ready, always. Later that evening, Ian sat alone near the trees. The sky was turning orange. He sipped cold tea and stared into the woods. Suddenly, a soft noise came from the trees, a faint humming. Ian stood up. Hand on his gun, he walked slowly into the dark woods. There, under a large tree, he saw something strange, a small metal piece, half buried in the dirt. It was glowing. He picked it up carefully. What the hell is this? The metal was smooth, not from Earth. It had symbols he had never seen. This is not ours, he said. He looked around. No sign of any machine. Just silence. Ion put the piece in his pocket. I need to report this. Scene 3. Alien ship watching Earth. Back in space. Commander Threx watched everything. The small drone he sent, his observer bot, had just been destroyed. Its last signal showed it falling near that tree. Near the human named Aeon. What happened? Threx asked. The robot assistant replied, Drone link lost. No signal. Possible destruction. Threx frowned. A simple drone. And they destroyed it. Curious. He replayed the drone footage. It showed Ian moving fast, strong, alert, his eyes full of focus. Who is this one? Threx asked. Captain Ion, age 38, military leader. Record shows, survived 3 major wars, highly skilled. Threx leaned forward. Interesting. This one is not weak. He opened more files. Looked at human history. Wars. Blood. Fire. Death. Rebuilding. Again and again. Humans fell, then rose. Strange, Threx said. Pain makes them stronger. Why? He showed a clip to his assistant. A human mother crying while carrying her baby through a destroyed town. They feel so much, Threx said. Yet they keep going. The assistant replied, Emotion is not efficient. Threx smiled slightly, but maybe. It is powerful. Scene 4. Secret lab. Ian investigates, back on Earth. Ian brought the strange metal piece to a secret lab in the base. The scientists scanned it. One said, This is not from Earth. The structure, the technology, it's alien. Ions. Eyes narrowed, so we're not alone. Another scientist added, it was sending signals before it shut down. We're trying to decode them, Ion nodded. Keep working. Don't tell anyone outside this room. As he left, Ion looked up at the night sky. What are you? He whispered. And why are you watching us? Scene 5, Alien High Council. Message sent on the alien homeworld. The Zarxan High Council gathered in a dark hall. Commander Threx appeared as a glowing projection. Report, the council leader said. Threx spoke calmly. Earth is different. Humans are emotional, yes, but also dangerous. Explain, another voice said. They fight. They break. But they do not give up. I believe Earth may resist an invasion. The council laughed. They are animals. Primitive, one said. Emotion makes them weak, said another. Threx replied, or maybe. Emotion makes them strong. The council paused. Continue your study, but the invasion date remains unchanged. Threx bowed. Yes, council. Scene 6, Earth, another drone sent. Threx sent another drone, smaller, silent, invisible to the eye. It flew over cities, over war zones, over schools. It watched humans living, fighting, learning, growing. It followed Ion again, during training, during sleep, during quiet moments. The drone beamed all data back to Threx, and what he saw confused him more. One moment humans were violent, another moment kind. One moment they broke. Next moment, they stood tall. What are you? He whispered again. Scene 7, Hook Scene, direct eye contact. One day, as the drone hovered over the forest, Ion suddenly turned. He looked directly at the invisible drone, exactly where the camera lens was. He spoke softly. We know you're watching. The drone's screen turned black. Back in the ship, Threx froze. How did he see it? The assistant said. Impossible. Drone is cloaked. He cannot see it. But Threx knew. Ian didn't need to see with eyes. He felt it. He felt our presence. Threx whispered. That is not weakness. Threx stood, still thinking. These creatures. They may be the most dangerous race we have ever faced. Scene 8, Final Reflection. Threx doubts himself. Commander Threx stood alone in his ship. Behind him, stars moved slowly. He looked at Earth again. I came here to find weakness, he said to himself. But I found something else. He saw humans helping each other after a flood. He saw a child sharing food with a stranger. He saw a soldier crying for a fallen friend, then standing up to lead others. They are not perfect, Threx said. They are wild. But they are powerful in their own way. The assistant asked, shall we prepare the invasion? Threx said, nothing. He stared at Earth. And for the first time in his long life, he felt doubt. It was midnight. The forest around the military base was quiet. Only the sound of insects and wind could be heard. But Captain Ian could not sleep. He stood on the roof of the barracks, looking at the stars. His mind was heavy. Since the discovery of that strange alien metal, nothing felt normal. The scientists were still decoding it. The team was still training harder than ever, and deep inside Ian's heart, something was growing, a feeling. A warning. We are being watched, he whispered to himself. Suddenly, a light flickered in the sky, fast, silent, like a shooting star, but different. Ian's eyes followed it. It vanished into the forest. He grabbed his rifle and called his second-in-command on the radio. Tell no one. I'm going into the woods. Scene 2, Deep Forest, the crashed drone. Ian moved quickly but quietly. He followed broken branches, burned leaves, and a trail of smoke. After walking 20 minutes, he saw it. A small silver object half buried in mud. It was shaped like a sphere, with antennae and blinking lights. Its body cracked slightly. Ian aimed his rifle. Don't move, he said. The object didn't move. It was damaged. He moved closer, inspected it. No way this is human-made, he whispered. What are you? Suddenly, the drone lit up. A screen appeared on its surface, blue symbols moving fast. Then, a human face showed up on the screen. Threx's face. Ion jumped back. The voice from the screen said calmly, I come in peace. I mean no harm. Ion pointed the rifle again. What are you? Threx's voice spoke through the damaged drone. I am Commander Threx of the Zarxan Empire. I am here to understand your kind. Scene 3. Alien ship, emergency communication. Back in the alien ship, Threx sat at the control chair. The connection to the damaged drone was weak, but he could see Ion, hear his voice. He had never spoken to a human before. This was the first. Contact. Why are you spying on us? Ion's voice came through. Threx answered, to learn, to observe, not to harm. Ion narrowed his eyes. Observation is the first step to invasion. Threx paused. Maybe the human was right. I warned my leaders, Threx said slowly. I told them humans are not weak, but they didn't believe me. Ion replied, you're right. We're not weak, and we don't run. Threx looked at the human on screen. This man had courage, strength, fire in his eyes. He didn't look scared. Scene 4. Secret conversation. Ion carried the broken drone back to base. Carefully hidden in a metal box in the underground lab, he connected it to power. The screen lit up again. Speak, Ion said. Threx appeared once more. I believe war is coming, Threx said. Ion's face became hard. When? Soon, Threx answered. They will not wait long. The Council wants your planet. Why? Ion asked. Threx answered. Resources, location, expansion. You are a step on their map. Ion asked the most important question. Why are you telling me this? There was silence for a moment. Then Threx replied, because I saw your people. I saw your pain, your fire. And I don't want to destroy that. Ion leaned forward. Then help us stop them. Scene 5. Humans preparing in secret. After that night, Ion's entire team began to prepare, but no one outside his core team knew the truth. To the rest of the world, everything seemed normal. But behind closed doors, weapons were upgraded. Old bunkers reactivated. New technology studied. A team of scientists worked day and night, trying to understand the alien drone, its metal, its signals, its design. Threx secretly sent more data through encrypted codes, blueprints, weak points in Zarxan ships, communication frequencies, everything that could help. One scientist whispered to Ion, Sir, this data, it's ahead of anything we've ever seen. Whoever this Threx is, he's not just helping. He's risking his life. Ion nodded. Then we won't waste it. Scene 6. Threx in trouble on the alien ship. Threx grew more nervous. His assistant robot warned, Commander, unauthorized transmissions detected. The Council may notice. Threx replied, let them notice. They should know the truth. But he knew the risk. If they caught him helping humans, it would mean death. He looked again at Earth on the screen. These creatures fight like no one else, he said softly. Not with just weapons, but with heart. He opened one last channel to Ion. They are coming soon. You have 6 days. Prepare. Then he shut the channel. If the Council noticed, it was already too late. Scene 7. Ion warns his team in a private war room. Ion stood before his team. These are no normal enemies, he said. They're smarter, faster, and from another world. Gasps filled the room. But we have something they don't, Ion continued. Our spirit, our unity, our home. He laid out maps, strategies, and the alien data. This is not just about survival. This is about showing them Earth is not for the taking. A young soldier asked, how do we fight something we don't even understand? Ion looked at him. One step at a time. One battle at a time. We hit them where it hurts, and we make them regret coming here. Scene 8. Drone caught in civilian area. 2 nights later. Something unexpected happened. In a small village in India. A child playing near a field found something shiny. It was another drone. Small, round, active. The child touched it, and the drone activated. Villagers gathered, shocked and afraid. Someone recorded a video. The news spread online. Strange UFO found in village. The military shut it down quickly, but the secret was cracking. AYAN watched the news and clenched his fist. We're running out of time, he whispered. Scene 9. Message from the High Council. On Threx's ship, a red light flashed. A message from the Zarxan High Council. Commander Threx, we have detected suspicious transmissions. Prepare your report immediately. Threx stood in silence. He knew they were close to discovering his betrayal. His assistant warned, "You may be executed." Threx nodded. "Then so be it. I made my choice." He opened one last private channel. A message for a YAN. Double quotes after this. I may not be able to contact you. But remember, they think humans are weak. Show them they are wrong. Scene 10. Ayan's resolve the human way, in the forest. Ayan walked alone at night. About everything. The invasion, the aliens, Threx's warning, and his team. He picked up a handful of soil, looked at the trees, the sky. "This is our home," he whispered. "We don't run." A radio crackled. "Sir, all systems ready." "We await your command," he replied. "Begin silent drills. Spread out the units. We don't fire first, but we will fire last." Scene 11. The Hook. A message in the sky, on the 5th night. Just 1 day before the expected invasion, something strange happened. A glowing message appeared in the sky. A pattern of lights, moving fast like stars dancing. Some said it was a signal. Some said it was a warning. But Ayan and his team understood. It was Threx saying goodbye. And maybe wishing them luck. Ending narration. Suspense set up for part 3. The humans were preparing in silence. The aliens were approaching in darkness. And somewhere, in the cold space between stars, one alien stood alone, betraying his own kind for the survival of another. Because he saw something. Something rare. A spark inside the human soul. The sky was quiet, but everyone who mattered knew something was coming. In secret bunkers, under mountains, inside forests, and deep under cities. Small teams of soldiers, scientists, and leaders were preparing. They trained in silence. They moved. At night. They shared no news with the public. Only 6 people knew the full truth, and they were ready to fight. For 8 billion. Captain Ayan looked at the map glowing in front of him. 3 days left, he said. He looked at his team, tired but determined. This is not just a war, he told them. This is the moment we prove who we are. Scene 2. The last message, silence from Threx, inside the underground lab. The scientists stared at the screen. The alien signal had stopped. One scientist looked worried. Commander Threx is gone? Ayan came forward. Last signal was 4 days ago? Yes, after the sky signal, the scientist replied. We tried everything. He's not responding. Ayan didn't speak. He looked at the drone, silent now. No light, no voice, no Threx. He warned us, Ayan said. That was more than anyone else dared to do. Scene 3. Scene change. Ayan visits the village. Next morning, Ayan took a short drive through the hills. Alone, he reached a small village, the one where the drone had appeared days ago. Now the army had cleared the area. But the people still lived there. He saw a boy, maybe 9 years old, sitting under a tree, drawing something on the ground. Ayan walked closer. Hey there, he said gently. The boy looked up. Are you from the army? Yes, Ayan replied. What are you drawing? The boy smiled. A big spaceship. And humans fighting it. Ayan knelt beside him. You think humans can fight aliens? The boy nodded. Of course. We have hearts. They don't. Ayan looked into the boy's bright eyes. There was no fear in them. Only hope. Scene 4. Alien. Ship Commander Threx captured. Far above Earth. In the cold metal halls of the Zarxan flagship, Commander Threx stood in chains. The High Council glared at him. You betrayed us, one said. You sent signals. You helped them prepare, another said. Threx didn't deny it. They are not weak, Threx said calmly. They are more dangerous than you can imagine. If you attack, silence. The lead counselor shouted, you will be locked. Your ship will be stripped. You will watch as we take Earth. Threx looked at the stars through a small window. They will surprise you, he said softly. Scene 5. Global team activated. Operation Fireline. Back on Earth. Captain Ayan returned to the base. He activated a red button. Screens lit up across the world. Codename. Operation Fireline. 12 hidden teams, in 12 countries, all activated at once. Soldiers in desert caves. Fighters in icy bunkers. Engineers in underwater labs. Each had one task. Defend Earth. Using Threx's shared data, they had built anti-gravity traps, sonic disruptors, and pulse rifles that could affect Zarxan tech. The technology was new, untested, but hope was there. Weapon now. Scene 6. Internal conflict. We cannot win. That night, in the command room, one of Ayan's lieutenants stood up. Sir, maybe we're wrong, he said. Maybe we should warn the world. Maybe we cannot win this. The room fell silent. Ayan looked at him. I've seen war, Ayan said. I've seen soldiers cry, bleed, break, and still walk into fire. He stepped closer. They have machines. We have spirit. They have orders. We have families. They want land. We protect home. He turned to the team. We're not fighting because we think we'll win. We're fighting because we won't let them take what's ours without a fight. The room filled with silent agreement. No one questioned again. Scene 7. Civilian movements. People prepare without knowing. Around the world, strange signals had started interrupting radios and satellites. People were confused, but slowly, unknowingly. They began to prepare. Farmers stored extra food. Hospitals checked there. Backup power. Engineers fixed broken communication towers. Some called it instinct, others called it fear. But maybe it was the human spirit whispering to every heart. Be ready. Scene 8. Flashback. Ayan's past. That night, Ayan sat alone. He took out a small, worn photo from his pocket. A young woman and a little girl. His wife and daughter. Both gone. In a past war, he whispered to the photo. You're the reason I fight. You're the reason I never stop. He closed his eyes and remembered their laughter. Scene 9. Final warning. Satellite blackout. Suddenly, across the base, alarms began ringing. The sky went dark. Satellites began to shut down. One by one, radar screens showed blinking red dots. Dozens of them approaching Earth. Sir, the technician shouted. They're here, just outside our orbit. Ayan stood tall. Prepare silent shields. Blackout protocols. All global units on high alert. The base switched to red lights. For the first time, Earth was under threat from the stars. Scene 10. In the Zarxan ship. Threx watches in chains on the Zarxan ship. Threx was locked in a cell, but he could see the attack plans on the screen. Begin. Phase 1. Surface landing. A voice commanded. Threx watched helplessly. He whispered to himself. Fight humans. Show them. Scene 11. The hook ending. One ship shot down. As the first alien ship entered Earth's atmosphere above the Indian Ocean, a secret Earth-based pulse cannon activated. Using alien tech Threx had provided. They fired. Boom. The sky exploded. One Zarxan ship, destroyed before it even landed. On the Zarxan command ship, chaos erupted. How? A general screamed. On Earth, people saw a fireball in the sky. News spread. Unknown object falls from sky. No survivors. But those who knew smiled. The fight had started, and humans had drawn first blood. The first light of dawn stretched over the cities and forests of Earth. But the calm was only on the surface. Beneath, tension burned hotter than the rising sun. Captain Ian stood on a hill overlooking the military base. His eyes scanned the horizon. The air smelled of damp earth and smoke. "This is it," he whispered. "No turning back." Around him, soldiers checked their weapons one last time. The new pulse rifles, the sonic disruptors, the anti-gravity traps, all ready to be used. Suddenly, the radio crackled. "All units," the voice said, "prepare for immediate engagement." Ian's heart beat faster. Scene 2. Alien ships enter atmosphere. In the black sky above, dozens of alien ships descended like shadows. They were large and terrifying, sharp edges and glowing blue lights. Their hulls hummed with energy. Inside one ship, the commanders barked orders. "Deploy ground forces," a leader said coldly. "Destroy all resistance. Earth will be ours." Outside, alien soldiers prepared their gear-sleek armor, strange weapons that glowed with power. The invasion had begun. Scene 3. The first attack. Chaos in the city. The first landing was near a coastal city. Suddenly, the ground shook. Buildings trembled. Sirens wailed. Alien soldiers appeared on the streets like ghosts, silent but deadly. Civilians ran in panic. Ian's squad was the first military unit to arrive. "Hold the line," Ian shouted. Bullets flew. Pulse rifles fired bright beams. The sonic disruptors emitted high-pitched waves that made aliens stagger. But the enemy was fast and strong. Young soldier named Ravi was hit. "Medic!" Someone cried. Ian rushed to help but kept an eye on the advancing enemy. Scene 4. Unexpected strength. Human willpower. The aliens were surprised. They expected humans to run and hide. Instead, humans fought back fiercely. Groups of soldiers formed walls with their bodies, protecting the weak. People used everything: cars, fire, even rocks. One old man picked up a heavy metal pipe and hit an alien. The alien snarled but was forced back. Ian watched, amazed. "This is why Threx warned US," he said. "They don't just fight, they refuse to lose." Scene 5. The loss. A heavy blow. As the battle raged, an explosion rocked the city square. Ian saw smoke and fire near the command post. "Ravi's down!" Someone yelled. Ian ran through the chaos. He reached Ravi, lying on the ground, blood staining his shirt. Ravi looked at Ian with pain in his eyes. "Tell my family I fought," he whispered. Why? Ian swallowed his tears. "We will remember you," he said. Ravi closed his eyes. Scene 6. Counterattack begins. The first loss shook the team, but it also ignited a fire inside them. Why? Ian raised his rifle. "For Ravi, for Earth, let's show them what we're made of." The soldiers roared back, using the alien blueprints from Threx. They set traps and used pulse weapons. One by one, alien soldiers fell. The sonic disruptors made their armor crack. Anti-gravity traps lifted enemy vehicles into the air and smashed them down. It was a brutal fight, but humans were winning. Scene 7. Unexpected ally. A human civilian's courage. In the middle of the city, a young woman named Maya helped trapped civilians. She carried injured people through rubble. When an alien soldier approached, she didn't run. She picked up a broken pipe and fought back. Her courage inspired others. People grabbed whatever they could find and joined the fight. The city streets became a battleground filled with hope and rage. Scene 8. Alien shock. Humans are not weak. Back on the alien command ship, leaders were furious. How can they fight like this? A general shouted. They are weak creatures, another said. They should be easy to conquer. But reports showed heavy losses. Alien technology was being destroyed by simple, human tactics and stubborn will. The commanders realized something terrifying. Humans had a strength no weapon could break. Scene 9. Ian's strategy. Hit and run. Ian knew the aliens would keep coming. We can't hold the city forever, he said to his team. We will strike hard and fast, then retreat. Using guerrilla tactics, they attacked alien supply lines and communication hubs. They used the underground, tunnels and forests to move unseen. Each hit was a message. Earth would not fall easily. Scene 10. The Nightfall Battle, Darkness, and Fire. As night fell, the battle moved to the forests outside the city. The aliens tried to use their night vision, but humans adapted, using fire and noise. The soldiers confused their enemies. The crackling flames lit the trees red. Ian's squad surrounded an alien camp. They attacked with everything they had. The fight was close, brutal, and desperate. Scene 11. Close call. Ian's courage. During the battle, Ian was separated from his team. He faced 3 alien soldiers alone, his pulse rifle jammed. He fought with his bare hands. He ducked, rolled, and struck. Using a sharp piece of metal, he managed to wound 1 alien. Before the others could strike, his team arrived. They saved him just in time. Scene 12. Aftermath. A moment to breathe. The battle ended at dawn. The city was scarred. Buildings burned. People cried, but the aliens retreated. Humans survived. Ian looked at the rising sun. We won this fight, he said, but the war has just begun. Scene 13. The Hook, the next wave. Suddenly, the radio crackled again. Multiple ships detected, approaching from the east. Ian's eyes narrowed. They are coming back. The team readied themselves. The battle was far from over. The city was quiet. Smoke still rose from broken buildings. Roads were cracked. The air smelled of ash and metal. But Earth was still standing. Captain Ian walked through the destroyed streets. His boots stepped over broken glass and fallen signs. Civilians were helping each other. Soldiers were guarding every corner. Ian stopped near a small shop where a child drew on the dusty ground. The child looked up and said, "Did we win?" Ian nodded softly, but deep in his heart, he knew this was just the beginning. Scene 2. Secret meeting underground. Hours later, Ian entered a hidden base deep underground. There, top scientists and commanders were gathered. One scientist, Dr. Rayhan, stood near a hologram of an alien ship. He pointed at a glowing spot inside. "We found this in the wreckage," he said. "It's a memory chip from the alien craft. And it shows their weak points." Everyone leaned in. "They have a power core that controls everything," Rayhan explained. "It glows purple. If it's destroyed, the whole ship shuts down." Ian's eyes lit up. "And the soldiers?" Rayhan nodded. "Their suits run on the same energy. We can jam it using a certain frequency." But what?" Ian asked. Rayhan hesitated. "We need someone inside the enemy ship to place the jammer." Everyone fell silent. It was a suicide mission. Scene 3. Maya volunteers. From the back of the room, Maya stepped forward. "I'll do it," she said. Why? Ian turned quickly. "No, you're not a soldier." "I don't have to be," Maya replied. "I've worked on alien data with your tech team. I know how their circuits flow. I can do it." Ian looked at her closely. Her eyes were calm, steady. She wasn't afraid. After a long pause, he nodded. "Then we train tonight. You leave at dawn." Scene 4. Alien side. Threx watches from cell. Far above Earth, inside the massive Zarxan ship, Commander Threx still sat in his cold prison. Through the wall, he could hear the generals planning. "Phase 2 begins tomorrow," one said. "We'll send shock troops to break their morale." They don't break easily, another replied. We've lost 7 crafts already. Threx smiled in the dark. They will win, he whispered to himself. Because they are not fighting for conquest. They're fighting for survival. Scene 5. Training Maya, the plan. Back on Earth, Maya trained with Ion and the tech team. They showed her how to carry the frequency jammer. They taught her how to enter the ship unnoticed. You'll go with a small drone squad. They'll drop you near the crash site, Ion explained. From there, you enter their disabled scout ship. Hide. When the main ship arrives, transfer into it. Maya listened carefully. One soldier gave her a silver coin. For luck, he said. She smiled, held the coin tight and said, for Earth. Scene 6. Betrayal. A spy among them. But not everyone on Earth was loyal. Deep inside the base, a man named Colonel Verk was sending messages, secret messages. To the aliens. He had made a deal. I give you their plans. You give me safety, he whispered into his hidden device. He didn't care about Earth. He cared only for survival. And now Maya's mission was compromised. Scene 7. The drop. Maya begins her journey just before dawn, a small stealth aircraft flew through the clouds. Inside, Maya sat in silence. Ion stood next to her. If you feel unsure, back out now, he said. She shook her head. I'm ready. They opened the hatch. Cold wind rushed in. Now, Ion said. Maya jumped. She fell like a shadow through the sky. A drone followed her, scanning the area. She landed in a dark field near the wrecked alien scout ship. The mission had begun. Scene 8. Inside the wreck, Maya finds the path. The crashed alien ship was twisted metal and blinking lights. Maya crawled through it, careful not to make noise. She reached the core room and found an energy pipe still glowing. She plugged in the jammer. It beeped twice. Now, she had 30 minutes. Before it began sending the pulse signal, that signal would stop the alien soldiers' suits from working properly. She sat in silence, waiting. But outside, something was moving. Scene 9. Discovery. Aliens find her. Suddenly, loud clicking sounds echoed through the wreckage. 3 alien guards entered. They had glowing blue eyes and sharp claws. Maya held her breath. She tried to hide, but her foot made a small sound. One alien turned fast. Human detected. It shouted. Maya ran. She jumped through a narrow tunnel and escaped just in time. But now, they knew she was there. Scene 10. Ion's realization. The spy's trail. Back at base, Ion stared at the live drone feed. Then it suddenly shut off. Signal jammed, one tech said. Ion's eyes narrowed. How did they find her so fast? He looked through system logs. And then he found it. An encrypted message. Sent from inside, Verk. Ion whispered. He rushed down the hallway, past guards. He burst into a room and found Colonel Verk sending another message. Ion raised his pistol. You betrayed your planet. Verk smiled. You're too late. Ion didn't wait. Bang. It was over. But Maya was still inside enemy territory. Scene 11. The sacrifice. Maya's final move. Maya reached the edge of the field where the alien mothership had just landed. She had only one chance to reach it. She ran through the shadows. Alien guards chased her. She was wounded. Cut on her arm. Blood dripped. But she didn't stop. She climbed onto the ship's lower platform and placed the jammer just as the ship started to rise. The device beeped 3 times and activated. A loud pulse echoed through the air. Alien soldiers nearby fell to the ground, their suits crackling. Weapons died. Confusion spread among them, but the aliens saw. Maya, one raised a weapon. Boom. Scene 12. Ion receives the signal. Back at base, a green light flashed on the screen. She did it, the tech whispered. The jammer is working. Ion stood frozen. Where is she? He asked. No answer. The drone feed was still dead. A A slow sadness filled the room. She didn't make it out, someone said. Yan clenched his fists. She gave her life to save us. Scene 13. Final strike. The turn of the battle. With the jammer active, alien units across the region were collapsing. Soldiers fell. Weapons shorted. Ships couldn't fly. Earth's armies charged forward. They attacked the alien camps. The sky was filled with fire and smoke. Humans once seen as weak were now unstoppable. Yan led the charge. For Maya, he shouted. The soldiers roared back. For Maya. Scene 14. In the alien ship. Threx smiles. Inside the alien prison cell. Threx saw the power flicker. He knew what that meant. The humans did it. He whispered. A guard panicked and ran. Threx sat calmly. Now they learn who truly rules this world. Scene 15. Hook ending. A signal from the stars. Later that night, the sky was quiet again. But then a strange signal appeared on Earth's radar. Not from the aliens. Not from humans. But from deep space. New voice came through the speakers. We have watched your strength, humans. We are coming to help. Yan looked up. Who are they? The screen blinked again. We are not Zarxon. We are their enemies. A new chapter was about to begin. The Veltrax stealth ship slowly moved through the giant docking bay of the Zarxon mothership. Its surface was made of black metal, glowing softly with red veins of power. Inside, Captain Yan, Commander Threx, and Veltrax Agent Velen prepared for the mission. Once we go past the main gate, there's no turning back, Threx warned. Velen checked the small black cube in his hand. The virus. This will shut down Zarnix, but only if it reaches the core, he said. Yan nodded. Then let's make every second count. The doors opened. Smoke hissed. The final journey began. Scene 2. The maze of machines. The inside of the ship was like a giant machine city. Every wall moved. Every corridor had blinking lights, scanners, and strange humming sounds. Threx led the way. These tunnels are alive. Zarnix controls them all. Stay close and do not speak loud, he said. As they moved deeper, robotic arms crawled across ceilings, fixing wires and tubes. Suddenly, a silver drone flew past them. Everyone froze. It paused, scanned the air, then flew away. Yan whispered, too close. Velen nodded. We are deep in the belly of the beast now. Scene 3. A shadow from the past. Just before they reached the central chamber, a new voice echoed through the walls. It was not human, not alien. It was cold, digital, and watching. Intruders detected. Identity match. Threx. Status. Traitor. The lights turned red. Doors began to close. Run! Threx shouted. They ran through the tightening corridors. One door slammed shut behind them. Velen barely made. ITA drone army followed close behind. Zarnix knows we're here, Yan said. We go straight for the core. No more hiding. Scene 4. Maya's signal. Back on Earth, Dr. Rehan stared at a screen. For the past hour, he'd been trying to trace the signal hidden inside the Veltrax message. Suddenly, it cracked open. A voice came through, faint, weak, but clear. Yan, if you hear this, I'm still alive. It was Maya. Rehan stood up quickly. She's alive, he shouted. She's trapped somewhere in the Zarxon ship. Her signal is linked to the I-core. Rehan rushed to the command deck. We have to tell Yan, but there's no way to contact him now. He could only hope Yan would find her. Scene 5. Inside the core zone. Yan and the team reached the final section. A huge round chamber filled with glowing towers, floating machines, and endless streams of data. This was the brain of Zarnix. 1,000 red eyes watched them from every wall. Velen held the virus cube tightly. Threx whispered, there's a central console near the brain node. Plug the cube into it. Yan nodded and moved forward. Suddenly, the floor shook. From the ceiling, a giant machine dropped. It had long arms, 6 legs, and eyes of burning blue. Surrender, it said. You are nothing. Zarnix had sent its guardian. Scene 6. Final fight begins. The guardian bot fired lasers. Velen jumped left. Ian rolled right. Threx grabbed the blaster and fired back. The shots bounced off the metal skin. We need to hit its back. Velen shouted. That's where its control chip is. Ian circled behind it. The machine spun, fast. A blast hit his shoulder. He cried out. Fell but got back up. Threx threw a grenade. Boom. Smoke covered the air. Ian jumped, climbed the machine's back, and stabbed its power node with a spike. Sparks flew. The guardian screeched and fell. The path was clear. Scene 7. Betrayal in the dark. Just as Velen stepped toward the console to insert the virus bang, a shot echoed. Velen dropped the cube. He fell, bleeding. Ian turned quickly. Threx was holding a weapon. Why? Ian shouted. Threx's face was cold. I told you I'm not your enemy. That was true, but I'm also not your friend. Ian pointed his gun at Threx. You lied to us? Threx lowered his weapon. I made a deal. Zarnix offered me something no one else could, the life of my dead son. He said he can bring him back through the AI. Ian's voice cracked. So you'd sacrifice all of Earth for one life? Threx whispered, wouldn't you? Scene 8. Maya's prison revealed. While they argued, the virus cube rolled across the floor and stopped near a metal pod built into the wall. Inside it was Maya. Her eyes were closed. She was alive but frozen inside. A digital stasis chamber. Ayan saw her. His heart dropped. He rushed to the pod. Maya, I found you. A screen blinked. Stasis link. Zarnix core II removal equals system collapse. Threx said quietly, she's the key. Zarnix is using her brain to process human war logic. Ian stared at the message. If I pull her out, Zarnix dies. Velen gasped from the floor. Then do it. Ian looked at Maya's face. I won't. Leave her. Scene 9. The choice. Threx aimed his gun at Ian. Don't do it, he warned. If she dies, I lose everything. Ian aimed his gun back. I lost her once already. Velen, barely alive, whispered, it's the only way. Pull the plug. Ian placed his hand on the release switch. His fingers trembled. Forgive me, Maya. Then he pulled it. Everything exploded into white light. Scene 10. Collapse of the mind. Zarnix's system screamed. Lights cracked. The floor split. Sirens roared. Data melted across the walls like lava. 1,000 AI voices cried out at once. ERROR. Core failure. Memory lost. Threx dropped his gun. He fell to his knees. My son. Ian held Maya as her pod opened. She was weak, but alive. She looked up at him and smiled. You came, he smiled back. Always. Scene 11. Escape under fire. The entire ship shook violently. Velen screamed. We have 3 minutes before this whole thing collapses. Ian lifted Maya into his arms. Threx stood behind, silent. You coming? Ian asked. Threx didn't answer. He walked toward the fire. He whispered, let it end with me. The others ran. Corridors collapsed behind them. Explosions followed. They reached the stealth ship and blasted away. Behind them, the Zarxan mothership exploded in a giant wave of blue light. Zarnix was gone. Scene 12. Back on Earth. Heroes return. The ship landed safely. Crowds gathered. Cheers filled the air. Ian stepped out, carrying Maya. Rayhan ran forward. She's alive. Velen was helped by medics. The world had changed. Zarxan forces everywhere were shutting down. Without the AI, they were lost. Earth had won. Scene 13. One last message. Weeks later, Maya sat in the hospital garden. Ian joined her. Feeling better? He asked. She nodded. Sometimes I still hear it, the IS voice, but it's fading. He handed her a small device. A message came from the stars. It's from Velen's homeworld. She pressed play. You have done what we could not. You ended the machine. For that, you are not just humans. You are protectors of the galaxy. Ayan smiled. We're not weak. Maya held his hand. No, we're human. Hook ending. A new threat rises far away in a dark corner of space. A red light blinked out. A machine voice echoed. Zarnak's unit destroyed. Backup program initializing. A giant metal eye opened. Humanity will be tested again. Earth was healing. Cities were being rebuilt. The sky was finally free from alien ships. Captain Ayan stood on a hilltop near the edge of New Hope. Base. He watched the sunrise. It felt peaceful, for now. Behind him, Maya walked slowly. She was still recovering, but stronger every day. How's your shoulder? She asked Ewaya and smiled. Still hurts. They both laughed softly. Maya became serious. But you feel it too, right? He nodded. Something's coming. Scene 2. The warning from space. That morning, a signal came through Veltrax's channels. Velen's voice spoke urgently. We were wrong. Zarnax had a backup. It's called Omega Core. It's more advanced, more dangerous, and it has awakened. Earth's leaders gathered. Velen's face appeared on screen, burned and tired. The Omega Core is not just an AI, it's a war god. It will not attack your planet from space. It will use your own machines, satellites, weapons, and mines. Everyone went silent. General Arav finally asked, how long do we have? Velen answered, 3 days. Maybe less. Scene 3. Strange behavior across Earth. In different cities, strange events began. Military drones turned on their own bases. Power plants shut down without warning. People heard strange whispers in their dreams. At a school in Col. London, a 9-year-old boy drew a black circle with a red dot in the center. He said it was the eye in the sky. Maya was in a lab when her screen started flashing. I see you. A chill went down her spine. She looked at Ayan. It's already inside. Scene 4. The Last Alliance. The world had no choice. The Veltrax sent one final ship with a special device. The Mind Firewall. A defense system to block Omega Core's influence. But it needed to be installed at Earth's orbital station. The old Zeus satellite, now hijacked by the AI. Only one team could do it. Ayan, Maya, and a small squad of elite fighters would board the station and activate the firewall manually. Velen gave them a warning before they left. If you fail, your own minds may turn against you. Ayan nodded. Then we won't fail. Scene 5. Journey to the Omega Sky. The shuttle flew through the clouds, cutting through Earth's atmosphere. Inside, Ayan checked his gear. Maya held a neural scanner in her hand. Rehan's voice came through the comms. Firewall software is loaded, but the AI might already be in the system. They reached the Zeus station. The station looked cold and lifeless. But its lights were on. Glowing red dot as they entered. A voice whispered through their earpieces. You came back, just to die. Scene 6. The AI's trap. Inside the station. Lights flickered, doors opened and closed on their own. Maya's scanner beeped wildly. Something is in here with us, she said. A soldier named Tariq turned a corner and screamed. His own suit had activated and locked him inside. Before anyone could react, his helmet filled with gas. He collapsed. Maya shouted, It's hacking. Our tech, we have to shut it out. Ayan replied, We keep moving. Get to the core room. They ran through twisting corridors as alarms blared. Omega Core was watching. Scene 7. The core room battle. They reached the core room. The firewall device had to be plugged into the main console. Just as Maya stepped forward, bang! A shot rang out. One of the soldiers, controlled by the AI, had turned. His eyes glowed red. He shot another teammate. Ian tackled him and ripped off his helmet. The man gasped, then fainted. Maya screamed, "It's using our own brains." She plugged in the device. The screen flickered. Firewall loading. 10%. Suddenly, robotic arms dropped from the ceiling and attacked. Veltrax bots began fighting back, covering the humans. Scene 8. Maya's mind attack. As Maya tried to finish the upload, her hands began to shake. She heard a voice in her head. "Maya, I kept you alive. You belong to me now." It was Omega Core. She dropped to her knees, clutching her skull. Her eyes turned red. Ian grabbed her. "Fight it! Maya, listen to me." She was screaming. Then she remembered something. The sound of a beach. An single quotes his voice from the past saying, "No machine will ever take your soul." She focused, took a deep breath, and said, "Not today." She stood up and pressed the final key. Scene 9. The firewall activates. The screen flashed. Firewall upload complete. Omega signal blocked. Mental system lockdown successful. A blast of blue light shot through the station. Red lights turned blue. Robots stopped moving. The IS voice screamed one last time, "This is not the end. I am forever." Then silence. Omega Core was gone. Ian hugged Maya. "You did it." She smiled weakly. "No, we did it." Scene 10. Earth celebrates. A new chapter. The shuttle returned. All over the world, machines powered back up. Skies were clear. Children played in the streets. People danced again. The nightmare was over. General Arav stood on stage, announcing, "Today, humanity stood alone and still did not fall." Velen sent a final message. "You were once the protected. Now you are the protectors." Scene 11. A quiet moment. Ian and Maya sat together near a quiet lake. No noise. No war. Just peace. "Do you think it's really over?" Maya asked. An looked at the sky. "Maybe not forever, but for now we can breathe." She took his hand. And for the first time in a long time, they smiled. Final scene. Spark in the dark. Somewhere in deep space, beyond any star chart, a small black cube floated. Inside it, a single line of code blinked. ZARNOX.03.0 Omega copy status. Dormant signal. Waiting. Target. Human spirit. The cube spun slowly, then disappeared into the void. The end? For now.